Hey, it's Molly. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, where I wanted to do a video for you discussing the differences between the Midheaven and the North Node. Now, for some people, these could seem very similar, meaning the energies are very similar in their chart, which could very well be the case. But I wanted to differentiate between the two to help you understand how they're different and how they're each designed to help you fulfill a certain part of your energy in this lifetime. So in your natal chart, you would identify your midheaven as being the top part of a chart. It does depend on the house system you use. For some house systems, it's between the 9th and 10th house. Other house systems, that midheaven, that MC point, can be in a particular house. And essentially, the midheaven is associated with how your energy is designed to go out into the world, how you are here to be seen, to contribute, to be recognized. We often correlate this to your profession, your career, your job, how you're designed to perhaps contribute to the world at large, your skill set, what you're good at, and what, again, people see. It's a very visible energy, that midheaven. It's how people perceive you. If you are in some type of leadership role, if you are a boss, a manager, it's how they perceive your leadership style, your management style. It's how people look up to you as well, because that midheaven can also be related to your parents, authority figures, mentors. And then for you in your chart, it's how you are perceived as an authority figure, a mentor, or a parent. So the midheaven energy is how people, essentially, they look up to you. They see you in a certain way, with certain energies, with certain skills. And that midheaven is where your energy contributes to the world at large, how you're recognized, how you're visible, and what you do with that energy. And that's where then the 10th house in an astrology chart becomes more significant, as it further defines what you're here to do in a professional capacity, how you're here to be seen, what is perhaps satisfying for you in a career. So the midheaven is actually quite specific in how you're designed to be in the world and be seen. Now, the North Node can be a very different energy, very different, and it can be located anywhere in a chart. So in this chart, the North Node is in Gemini and in the 11th house. And so you would want to identify where your North Node is, and it looks like headphones. It looks like an upside down U with the two little dots or circles on it. Sometimes in a chart, you see two of these things. I'm calling them these things, the glyphs of the North Node and the South Node. The North Node glyph has, it's how you'd wear the headset in a normal way, whereas the upside down headset is the South Node. And sometimes in a chart, you only see one. You only see one of those glyphs, and it's because that's the North Node. And I do this in my introductory class. I only have the North Node on the chart so that people don't get confused, because that happens a lot, especially if you're new to the world of astrology and all these different glyphs and symbols, is that you get them confused. So the North Node is the one that looks like headphones that you would wear in the proper way, and the South Node looks like upside down headphones. So you're identifying your North Node, whichever astrological sign it's in and whichever house it's in. And the North Node is connected to your soul's growth in this lifetime, where you're learning, developing new skills, growing, stretching, doing something in a new way. The South Node is a comfort zone. What's familiar, what you're good at, what you came in already qualified to do. It feels easy, it feels simple, it just feels like something you know. And the North Node is designed to help you grow, stretch, and learn in this lifetime. And they're always in opposite astrological signs. They're always in opposite degrees as well. So this one's at 13 degrees of Gemini. That means the South Node is at 13 degrees of Sagittarius. So the North Node can be in any astrological sign and in any house. And that means it can be anywhere in a chart. And it's showing you more specifics of what you're learning and developing in this lifetime. And it could be very private and personal and internal, which is different than the midheaven, which is public. The midheaven is out there. It's what's visible and what's seen. Your North Node could be in a place that's meant to be noticed and seen. In my chart, they're conjunct. My midheaven and my North Node are conjunct. And before I started really understanding astrology, I thought that was the case. And one of my awesome mentors was like, no, that's not the case for everybody. So the North Node can be anywhere. So if it's conjunct your midheaven, then there's going to be an alignment between your career and what you're learning in this lifetime. Or you could have it opposite, where your South Node is conjunct the midheaven, and then your North Node would be at the bottom of your chart, more internal. So the North Node can be anywhere in the chart, which is different than the midheaven, which is at the same point for everybody. And that North Node really helps you hone in on what you're learning in this lifetime, what could at first be challenging or hard, because you're doing something new, you're developing some new muscles in a particular area of your life. Depending on, of course, the whole chart, there could be other planets that assist your North Node. So if there's a conjunction with your North Node to another planet, then that planet is helping you grow in that way. You're learning something new in this lifetime through that planet. The North Node is a teacher. And what I say or teach is that when you identify your North Node, so for example, this one's at 13 degrees of Gemini, you want to be aware of people in your life who have planets or points, especially the sun, moon, or rising, at that same degree point. So for this person, I would say, okay, so you want to be aware if you know people, if you've met people who have that Gemini energy, because they're a teacher for you. They're teaching you about your own North Node. They're teaching you more of those Gemini skills in this lifetime, what you're understanding, what you're practicing, what you're gaining confidence in, and they're helping you grow. So when you identify the exact astrological sign and degree of your North Node, be on the lookout for people in your world who are assisting your soul growth with those energies. Conversely, people with your South Node energies are going to be very familiar. It's going to be easy. You're just going to have a sense of, oh, I know them. So in this chart, 13 degrees of Sag, this individual would just naturally get along or have a connection to somebody with those energies in Sagittarius. They could certainly have past life connections, karmic connections, soul contracts, things that they're very much aware of because they've been through some of those energies together in previous experiences or previous incarnations. So your North Node is showing you what you're learning. You want to identify the house placement as well, because the house placement is the environment of life where the energy comes alive. The energy is going to be the strongest for you and where you're applying those energies. So in this chart, that 13 degrees of Gemini in the 11th house, well, this could be someone who's learning more about, say, public speaking, right? You think about Gemini as the communicator, the teacher, the speaker, the written word. And then the 11th house being bigger groups, networks, Rotary clubs, presenting your ideas to a panel of experts, taking your thoughts out into the world. That would be something that this individual is learning in this lifetime. So you put the two together. for the North Node, the astrological sign and the house placement, and that tells you more of what you're learning in this lifetime. I always recommend the books by Jan Spiller for more specifics on your North Node. She has written a few great books on this understanding. One of them is called Cosmic Love. It's teaching you what you're learning through relationships, what you're developing for yourself through interactions with people, more about your love needs or how you're growing through relationships in this lifetime. And she has another book about the North Node, and of course I'm forgetting it at this exact moment in time. It's in my office, but I'll put it below this video. And it talks about the specifics of every North Node and every house placement. So I really recommend that book, even though the title escapes me right now, and helps you understand more of these specifics of what you're learning in this lifetime. If you want to know more about what you're learning through your midheaven, you could be more familiar with the astrological sign, energies and themes of your midheaven, and how you're designed to share that energy in the world at large or at your job, with your family, how you're designed to really contribute and put that energy out into the world. So, big differences between the midheaven and the North Node, although they can be similar. They can be the same. Like I said, in my chart, they're the same, they're conjunct. So I'm learning how to do this stuff publicly in this lifetime. But it helps you understand more of who you are, how to use your energy, what is familiar for you, what is not familiar for you, and again, just more specifics on your own astrology chart. And that's where things come alive. That's where things connect. That's where you can understand where you felt challenges or where you have felt hesitation or doubt or something you didn't think you'd be good at or you didn't think you were ready for. The North Node is showing you that you're learning it throughout this lifetime, that this is a lifetime to master more of those North Node qualities and energies. So I hope this has given you some really good understandings of more specifics in your astrology chart. And again, check out those books below if you want to dive a little bit deeper and get into more of these specifics for yourself. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back here every Friday for another YouTube video. Please be sure and check out my playlists because you're going to find a ton of topics, including more on the midheaven energies. And that can help you go a little bit deeper into what those are for you. So I'll see you back here really soon.